Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Mixtape Show, and then we got a dope show for you guys tonight, man. We got a really, really dope guest, man. We was just chopping it up a little bit off the air, and I like to call him a fellow contributor to the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? He has a really dope platform. We're gonna talk about hip hop heritage, and we're gonna talk about him as a person, man. We got Karev joining us here, the founder of the platform, man. And how you doing tonight, sir? How you, man?
Yo, peace and blessings. Everything's cool. Shout out to the Mixtape Show. Shout out to everybody out there that loves music, not just does music. We
Uh-huh.
are we are about the culture and not just your ears. We're about the spirit and the integrity of God and his heritage, which is
Yeah.
hip hop.
There we go, man. There we go. It's gonna be a fun convo, my brother. Definitely
Oh
gonna be a
yeah.
fun convo, man. Hip hop heritage, man. Why don't you break that down real quick and we'll
You
we'll, we'll
said the
dig
name backwards. It's heritage hip
heritage
hop.
hip hop, heritage hip hop. I'm thinking about the hip hop heritage as a general. Heritage hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies, my brother.
It's all good.
Let's talk about that, man.
Okay.
What is that platform? And I know it got different arms and legs to it. So if you don't mind breaking that down.
Well, I'll just tell you what it is by how it was made. Heritage hip hop. I used to work at a college, and one of my coworkers was like, if this school ever shut down, what are you going to do?
Hmm.
Do you have something else? And I always had this in my idea in my mind because when I was a teenager, I always wanted to work for Ralph McDaniels. Shout out to
Hmm.
Video Music
Shout out
Box.
to Video Music Box. Yeah.
So that never happened, and I always had this idea of doing something big within the culture. Then, unfortunately, two people passed away that affected my life forever. One was Govmatic from the
Mm.
legendary Brick Mob,
Mm-hmm.
salute.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was Big Snuff of MO Sound Group, two friends of mine. And I got fed up because I said nobody's telling New Jersey hip hop story, not even us. So to pay homage to the people who passed away, I wanted to give a platform for New Jersey hip hop artists to not only be showcased, but to tell their story.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody talks about Apache. Nobody talks about Polo Fresh, aka Chief Boogie. Nobody even talks about Fatal Hussein, who's one of the outlaws. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these gentlemen have passed away. And no one, it seems like no one cares about that. Everybody only cares about the 80s and Big Daddy Kane, L Cool J, KRS-One, who deserve to be recognized. But we have our own heroes too. And I find it highly unacceptable. So, with the help of partners of mine, shout out to Fatty's Place and shout out to DJ Big A, um, our platform was given more legs and it started running from about like 2016 on.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. And when you initially put that together, did you have outside of the OG Ralph McDaniels himself, did you have something that you looked up to that you wanted to kind of not,
Copy.
yeah, not copy, but just kind of like, hey, I can do that, but I want to do it in my own flavor.
Ralph McDaniels, Sway, Doggy Diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to Doggy Diamonds. Shaheem Reed,
Mm-hmm.
Larry King, and I think I'll stop right there.
Not a bad company. Not a
Maybe
bad company.
Combat Jack. I'll put him
Combat
in there
Jack.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
RIP to Combat Jack too.
yeah,
Definitely,
another.
man. I,
Yeah,
I I think with Combat Jack, his not his issue, but his the thing that you got to be the first to do something. I just think they couldn't figure out a way to monetize that because he definitely deserved way more than he got. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
As far as
I
his
agree.
platform.
I agree.
Dope man, dope brother. Yeah, similar story to you, man. With us, we kind of like you. I'm always been a DJ, and I just hate top 40 radio. To be perfectly honest with you, I grew up mixtape circuit, and I grew up listening to the Stretch and Bobitos, and then the K Slays and everything. So I kind of wanted to marry the two with the mixtape style, the mixtape circuit with the radio platform, and just kind of started doing it that way. And then the artists started kind of getting their way into the show. And then the light bulb went off for me. I was like, well, let's just create the mixtape show. And it could be basically, it's a hip hop, once a week, you get to listen to a legit mixtape with nothing but dope heat. And
That's
we can
facts.
talk to the dopest artists, and the platform just grew. So platforms like yourself and mine's, I love it because it's always built organically. You know what I'm saying? When you do it from the heart, you don't do it for trying to make money off a scam artist, man. It's always a good look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, definitely, man. So, what kind of feedback has the platform been getting, man? What's some of the notable, people that you rock with and that rocks with you?
I like to start from the ground up. So I don't like to start from the mainstream artists.
Mm-hmm.
The people who've given me the most, like I said, my partners, BQ Fatty's Place,
Mm-hmm.
Goodfellas TV, salute to them, and 8 Squad Rebel Radio. Those three platforms and peoples and like movements have been so instrumental. And I met so many others like We Are Jersey, OHTF, True and Living, Henny Sundays podcast. So those people, my peers that I can work with, Break a Leg Entertainment, like them, those are the ones who keep me moving because I get inspired by how many artists I don't know and they know. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, as far as mainstream recognition, because people are nosy and they just want to see who you know.
Yeah.
The first bump I ever got in my platform was taking a picture with Raekwon, the chef. I met him when he launched his wine.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest interviews I did with mainstream artists in person was Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Nice.
Do It All for Lords of the Underground. Those are the two that I think in person, for me, the mainstream will go crazy for.
Yeah.
On my podcast though, when I'm or I do audio only, I've talked to Yo-Yo, Razkaz, Billy Danz, West Coast Cam. I've talked to a bunch of artists that are mainstream. And one thing I really pride my partner for, because he opened me up to international hip hop. So talking like Omen 44 and Swadu from Sierra Leone. Like I like talking to them too, because international hip hop, it gives you an appreciation for what you take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
So that like those were the conversations. But let me tell you this though. The most important interview I think I did with my friend. Her name is Tanisha B. Malone. Okay. She's like the only African-American mortician, or like something like, not mortician, but people who do forensic cases and do the bodies. She's the only African-American person, male or female, in one of our counties. That's one of us.
Yeah.
She's the only one, and she also does Essex County, which is two different separating counties. But she was highlighted on the news because she was the only person when people first were dying with COVID, when they were separated from their family, to leave dandelions on their corpses to show that they were not alone. There was somebody there. Her heart and her integrity, to me, is the most important interview I've ever done.
Nice. And I like that word, integrity, brother. That's in this industry in general, that's a hard thing to maintain. And I can already tell from just 5 minutes we've been chopping up that that's a big thing for you, that integrity. How does somebody like yourself kind of stay out of the snake pit and just keep it moving the right way?
That's a funny question, because when I first started Heritage Hip Hop, my partners and everybody was like, yo, how much we gonna make? We need money out of it. And I understood where they're coming from, because we give a lot of game over here. And people say the game is to be sold, but not to be told, right? But there's a certain way to do it. And I'm not going to hit everybody over the head for a price. So I always ask people for, like, if you donate, thank you, because it helps build the platform. But one thing I did notice, especially when it comes to, I'll say this: a lot of people are already broken, looking to be put together. So why am I going to break them even further? I think that's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And with me, my faith, and I'm not the most faithful guy. I still got issues. I still work through stuff. We're human. I will be perfect, because you can be. And ladies and gentlemen, don't ever say you're not perfect. I will be perfect. But the thing is, I'm not going to step on people who are using music to fix something that they need repaired.
Yeah.
So when people say how much, I say just donate.
Yeah.
You give me what you feel. I don't know what you think about me, but then again, whatever. But also from there, I stay away from I did this, because if it wasn't for the people who I work with or get to interview, then there would be no Heritage Hip Hop. I tell this story all the time. Somebody asked me what inspires me to do Heritage Hip Hop, and I told the person who asked me, look in the mirror. You inspire me. That's why I do this. It's not about me, because I'm not gonna ever rap again. I'm not ever gonna try to make beats again. I really want to celebrate the you that you are. There's 9 billion people in the planet, and the Most High only put you here, one you at one time, in one speck of history, to make one change.
Mhm.
Why would I ever try to monetize you when you should be monetizing yourself and selling your own story, not me telling yours?
Exactly, exactly. And what's your favorite part as far as connecting to the underdog? Because I love it. I love I love having the access. I love building with, you know what I'm saying, seeing these artists come up and do their thing. And it makes me feel proud when I see them reach a certain goal in their career. So as far as you, what was one of your favorite parts as far as, you know, kind of going through the process with a lot of these underdog artists?
The teachable moment,
Hmm.
to show them that they're worth more than what they gave themselves credit for,
Hmm.
and then to see them use it and then gain and then progress, and then to see them on social media go, yo, I just did this and I did this. And slavery now has a new chain.
Hmm.
It's not called the chain, it's called the streaming service.
Hmm.
And I try to teach them how to detach from the streaming service and on their own.
Yeah.
That's what makes me proud of them, because eventually they're going to go there. I don't know. I mean, everybody does it,
Yeah.
but you don't have to. Shout out to Russ, shout out to Ryan Leslie, shout out to Vertical Jones. You don't need to do that. But when you start seeing your own self-worth value and you start using what they use against us, which is called paperwork, to your benefit, that's when I get my joy.
You sound just similar to myself, man. Me and my team, we because I roll with a couple of artists too, and that's usually our game plan is we definitely want to stay away from the streaming services up front. We kind of want to build that organic audience for them to come to us when it comes to the music and everything like that. And it's just dope to kind of see when you really got people who rock with you and you know believe in what you're putting out there. So that's definitely a very good look, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know you said you had the podcast.
I do interviews and I do
Interviews.
podcasts. Yep.
Uh-huh. And what's your favorite part of the art of the conversation? Because I love it. I love just talking with people and chopping it up. What's one of your favorite pieces of it?
My favorite piece of the art of the conversation is when you finally realize you're deeper than who you are. Because
Mm-hmm.
my questions are not easy.
Yeah.
I ask questions that really reflect the heart of the artist,
Mm-hmm.
not what's catchy in the I don't call it trend setting, the fad setting
Mm-hmm.
minds of radio and pop culture. I don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever, and you don't have to know names, have you ever been in the middle of the interview with somebody and you was like, yeah, I'm just not feeling this person, you know, personally on a,
A couple of times, definitely.
and you had to keep that professional, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I flipped the interview.
Okay.
I don't play games. I don't
Okay.
play games at all with people. I tell you the truth.
Uh-huh.
And if it gets to a point where I take over and have to be preachy, I start telling them, tell me something where you take over the interview and then I can direct you through it.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I've had moments where because I me as a person, I got my certain ways how I view people and see things. So it's a situation where we had an artist who he just, you know, he was putting on the front. I knew we can all sniff it from a mile away. So I was just kind of like, well, let's talk about the materialism. You know what I'm saying? Why are we so much into the materialism? And he really couldn't give me an answer because it's everybody on social media do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's
You
dig
did it the
deep. Like
nice
you
way.
said, let's
You
dig
did it
deep
the
into
nice
this.
way. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
me, I wouldn't have been like, what do you think about materialism? I'm like, what is it like to be a slave? How do you break your chains?
Wow. Yeah.
I flip it. I don't
Yeah.
play games. I don't
Yeah.
do that. I'm not nice. I
Yeah.
don't believe in, I'm not an asshole, part of my language.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you good.
But
You good.
but I don't believe in catering to the norm,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to understand, enslaving people in this country at one time was a norm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's other types of slavery that we don't acknowledge that are still very vital today.
Yeah.
Social media is an entertainment system. Entertainment is a viable form of slavery. I was telling one of my friends this. We had a talk about Black Panther, the movie, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
redoing Chadwick Boseman's part.
Mm-hmm.
I said, do you know how much pain is going to come to all the little black boys who have Black Panther as a hero if they don't redo him?
Yeah.
And I said, I understand them not recasting him for this particular thing, but they're going to have to eventually, because when a young boy of color looks at Batman or Superman, he looks at what he wishes to be.
Mm-hmm.
When he looks at Black Panther, he sees who he is. That's a psychological slavery that people don't understand. especially as a young man, because young men are into action, bravado, bravery, strength. And when you don't see characters who can move the world or save the day that look like you, that's a very pivotal part of what we call PTSD.
Agreed. Yeah, yeah. So who was that for you? Who was the one that made you see you? And not musically, but just in general. Did you have anybody that made you see yourself in a positive light?
Chuck D as a rapper, my brother, because he taught me about the Black Panthers and stuff like that. Like a funny story, when I was in second grade, fourth grade. It was fourth grade. We had to find somebody to talk about for Black history. My brother always showed me eyes on the prize. I did the Black Panther party, and the kids in my class laughed at me and said I made it up because they didn't know who the Black Panthers were.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, so people like, the real militant and hardcore people in my life that really prop different ways of understanding, because I'm more of a thinker than anything else. My brother, Chuck D. There was a camp counselor back at St. Rocco's camp in North New Jersey. Salute, Mr. Paul McPleasant. Those were like three people on the top of my list I look up to, as those were examples of men that really set the tone for me to get my own understanding of life.
Yeah, mine was I grew up playing baseball and stuff, and mine was Josh Gibson, because he was
the man.
He was Babe Ruth, better than Babe Ruth, but never got the props for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm real interested to see when MLB take the Negro League stats and make him official with MLB to see where he ranked above Babe Ruth, because that's gonna be
interesting.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Shout out to the Homestead Grays.
Homestead.
I like baseball too. I grew up with baseball, man, too.
Did you? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The Negro League
Eagles.
The Negro League was my favorite. That's always been my favorite thing to cover, to watch those. And I've been to the museum a couple of times, so I love, and I can't wait to take my little man to check them out too. So it's dope, man. So what else we got going on this year, man? What's some of the things on your radar for this year?
Well, it's funny that you asked. I recently just did the New Jersey Hip Hop Media Challenge.
Okay.
And what that was in New Jersey, we have this thing where people say people from New Jersey don't support New Jersey. So I basically called everybody on their bullshit. Part of my language again.
You good?
I believe everybody's full of shit. I really do. Like, even myself at times. We all have our days. But in New Jersey, there's this thing that say people from New Jersey don't have, we need to be like Jersey. We don't need to be like, we need to be like Atlanta. And I'm like, no, we don't. Because you know how many artists from Atlanta talk about they signed bad deals and they all screwed up and they not unhappy? You want to sign your life away to be unhappy? No, I ain't with that. And people say, check this out. This is my favorite one, and probably you know this. If we put our money together to push one artist, then that artist can get on and we can get on. I'm like, y'all don't even pay for interviews. So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
No. And I'm like, more than half of y'all do interviews and don't even talk about the interview, do reactions to the interview, post the interview. Y'all don't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
At least at least you could.
You're preaching to the choir, brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all full of crap.
Yeah.
So what I did was I came up with an idea, because verses was really strong, right? And I don't like the verses, by the way. So yeah. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna do like a versus with another media platform in New Jersey. So I kept putting on social media, challenge. Who gonna see me as the top media in Jersey? Not saying I'm number one, but I think I'm up there though, as somebody who's really holding it down for the culture. Salute to everybody who helps me be that, because it's not about me. So what I did was I put a challenge out, and people called me and was like, what is this? And I said, look, you bring your top 5 or 10 artists. I bring my 5 or top 10 best artists. We go down to one radio station that we have, and we went to A Squad Rebel Radio. Salute to them. This is how we're gonna do. Our artists are gonna battle, verse for verse in a freestyle, song for song, and let the people vote. Basically, nobody showed up. So I had a victory lap on my own, and I bought 10 artists myself.
Yeah.
And they won the prize, which is I'm gonna help break their records by paying to put it in DJ pools. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what the prize was. So that was one thing that this year I'm totally elated about, because it was me being able to show the artists and another platform who held it, I appreciate you for what we do. It's not about let's put our money together and all that. I'll put my own money up because I'm paying for stuff, number one. Number two, Jersey don't support Jersey. I got 2 platforms right here that's working together to showcase you. So we do work together. So get your head out your ass and let's make history. And to all the other media platforms, I'm better than you. I did it. You where were you at? Come see me for the next one. So that's my main victory. And then the next big thing I'm gonna do this year, I'm working on the Heritage Hip Hop Awards. This is I think my 4th or 5th year.
Okay.
So this year, I'm just prepping for the last Saturday in August, Heritage Hip Hop Awards live on YouTube. I would like to get a venue to work at. I mean, if I can get a venue done, then it's going to be live in person. People going to come dress. I want casual. I don't want nobody in jeans. You have to dress like you going somewhere. I want people to take pictures like it's in a real event, and we're going to put some class and some respect on who we are, our culture, and how we celebrate us. Because I don't believe celebrating us is coming somewhere looking half-assed or not respectful of the talent you have. Because once again, slavery now doesn't have a chain. It comes in a phone, on a TV, on a device where your stuff is anywhere and anybody can easily consume your stuff and you're nothing but a commodity.
Exactly.
I'd rather you be celebrated as an artist and your work to stand for something meaningful. We don't treat Michael Jackson like a DSP, but the people who have the Thriller or the Billie Jean album or something, they have something special. And that's what I'm talking about, just bringing it back to that.
So it was the Heritage Hip Hop Awards. What kind of categories do we have in there?
So the categories I have is Project of the Year, not Album of the Year. And the reason why I say project is because some people's EPs are better than albums. So I want to include everybody. So we have Project of the Year. I do the Govmatic Award of the Year because Govmatic is like I said, he was the one who passed away, who really influenced me to see that he took music above and beyond just being music. So for people who push the envelope to be more of the culture than just the sound of the culture, that goes to them. I usually do the Statement of the Year, which is one person who made a change or shift in the community that enlightened the community. So those are 3 of the main ones. But this year, I'm gonna do a double award, and I'm gonna add new awards. So I'm gonna do Collaboration of the Year, I'm gonna do Artist of the Year, and I'm gonna do Interview of the Year, and the Statement of the Year is gonna be called the One Mic Award.
Okay, all right.
So we are gonna have 2 projects because of Corona, double. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the first half, the next half, Artist of the Year, project, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how we're gonna celebrate it.
And this is all going to be based from Jersey artists and platforms.
Not necessarily, because I have people in here who's nominated from Brooklyn. Last year, Copyright on MC from Georgia. He was in there for Project of the Year.
Familiar
Copyright's my man. Salute to Copyright. That's my guy.
He's dope. Yeah.
So like, he was nominated for it. So you don't have to be from Jersey to win an award, and I will ship the award to you. You know what? It's funny that you say that. Mayor Andre Rainey. You ever heard of him? Yeah, so Mayor Andre Rainey is the mayor of I forgot what town it is in upstate New York. He's the mayor, and he also rhymes. His name is Noodle.
Yeah.
He won the Govmatic Award because he took hip hop from the studio to the elected office.
Position.
That's a very big deal.
Yeah,
he got an award for that. So no, you don't got to be just from Jersey.
Dope. Well, I'll tell you what, brother, I definitely would love to help spread the word on that, man. So whenever you got any kind of links, posters, promo stuff, man, definitely shoot that our way. We could put that up on our website, and I can definitely plug it during the show. I would love to help out on that.
Let's do it. Let's do something together. Look, like I said, man, I'm about building. I'm not about. You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you something I learned about 5 years ago, maybe 6. Everybody makes competition to work together. Hip hop is the only thing that makes competition to crush or outdo each other.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, maybe you did, but when I found out about the fast food conference, it amazed me because I it's funny how like back when we were younger, we never saw Coke and Pepsi in commercials. Now they're in commercials together. You Popeyes did a chicken sandwich in that same year. Everybody else did chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
These people get together to talk about what's going to be on their menus the next year and how they're going to do their campaigns. Then they put it out. That's why there's able to be a McDonald's and a Burger King by each other.
Yeah.
And they do well. And they drum up the burger. Like you get, this is grilled. We got special sauce. It's not that it's the different product. They're telling you what they do best with the product. How come we can't be the same way?
Yeah.
Come to Heritage Hip Hop for insightful interviews. Go to A Squad Rebel Radio for live interviews with music. Go to the Mixtape Show for the embetterment of the sound and to describe how your sound is better. Those are three different elements of the same thing. We don't have to be a competition to destroy each other. But we could compete to bring the best out of each other to enhance the culture.
Exactly. Yeah, because I listen to everybody else's shows and platforms, and I'll pick up some little jewels from here and there. So I love it, man. I love the network, and I love to send artists that I rock with. Say, hey, man, check them out. You know what I'm saying? Here's how you submit your music to them. Do it the right way. Do it professional. Don't embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, well, definitely, brother. I definitely would love to network with you and connect with you on any level, man. Because that's what we're here for too, man. I'm just here to, like I tell people, I'm just here to connect dots, man. I don't consider myself a radio personality because when I hear that, I think somebody's trying to be something that they're not. I just like to curate things. I just like to curate from, the sound of the show for the music. And I like to curate sending people other people's way to help out the artists and help out people get their word out, man. So I'm definitely down for that.
Facts.
Definitely, man. How can we listen to you, man? What's the best ways we can listen to all your stuff?
I will say the best way to interact with Heritage Hip Hop is go to heritagehiphop.com. We have our own website, and on our members page, if you are a member, and yes, membership is free. To everybody out there, that's cheap. Membership is free. We have a download button. You get treats on that download button. On my membership page, not only do you get the Instagrams and all that other stuff, you get exclusive music, exclusive playlists. You get to see the interviews and the podcast. I'm also on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM as well. So you could pick whatever you want, whatever you like. I'm there.
Yeah.
They say Google me. Well, I say just invite me to your eardrum or to your visuals, and I hope I give you something that is meaningful to you and it means something to you as well.
Isn't it wild when you try to give away something for free, how many people don't want to take advantage of that? Like, because I tell people all the time, if you download the DJ Kwan app, you have access to the shows before we put it on the air. I do giveaways with merchandise through there and everything.
How about this? I'll make you laugh. I'll make you laugh. At 600 subscribers or 700, I said, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm not going to do it anymore because they broke it. But
yeah,
I said, if you help me get to 1,000 subscribers by this time, I'll give away a PS5 because I had one to give away. I'm still not at 1,000 subscribers. So I'm like, y'all don't really care.
They waiting to that. They waiting for those numbers to get up so they could try to be the last one.
Exactly, and that's not how you do it because I said if you subscribe, I have your data. You in my database.
Yeah.
So you could subscribe. So subscribe to the YouTube and go to the website so I could put you in, and then I'll be able to hit you and be like, look, man, you're eligible for this. So But
I do. It's wild, man. I think of all kind of way. I like download the app or artists. If you download the app and email me through the app, I'm gonna put you in a drawing every month. And kind of like you, we'll put your records in the pool. We'll, because I'm affiliated with different DJ crews, or we can try to get you some distribution, whatever it is to help you crickets. You know what I'm saying? But I bet you if Jay-Z said it, they be all on it, boy. They be pew all in the inbox.
I don't even want to touch that. I have an opinion about that.
I hear you, bro.
But I will tell you this though, out of respect for your platform, it doesn't matter if they do it or not, because integrity and consistency is the thing that makes people great. And part of the American dream, which was not fully told to us, because I was told never to sleep and always stay vigilant, is this. There's an old movie that says when you build it, they will come. That was a lie. We were also told the lie of supply and demand. There is no such thing as supply and demand. There's a such thing as giving a supply. So when we make something We have to treat it like it's our babies and nurture it. It has to grow by time being given and also time being spent. So a lot of people make, create, and don't invest. We've invested into something so we see it grow. So when we ask people to do it and we'll give you something, it's like you saying this. Look, man, I got a great child. Here, hold my baby, and then I'll take care of my baby, and I'll do something for you. Yeah. And they'll be like, why would I want to hold your baby? I got this. Yeah. So looking at it like that, I look at it like there's a different way to do things, and I think that's the key to making your media, and our media, I should say, great, because a lot of media people, like I said, competition. I do this, you do this, now I'm better than you, I'm better than you. Nah, it's like this. You're already abundant, and so am I. Mm-hmm. The Most High said in the book of Hosea, do what I said to do. I challenge you. If you don't do what I say do and not get blessed, then there's a problem with me, right? Mm-hmm. I've always done right by you. So do what I say do and see if you don't get blessed. Mm-hmm. That's just how I look at it from now on. It's not about, it's not about I give or take one hand or another. It's not, I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. And you either move with me or not. And that's what it is.
It is, man. It is, brother. Well, definitely, brother. I definitely want to stay in contact with each other, my dude, and let's work on some things, man. And let's get some ideas together, bro, because I definitely would love to connect and open up these bridges even more. How's that sound? Facts. We can go back and forth from Dallas to Jersey. How about that?
What's up?
It's crazy. I was actually in Jersey last week for work. I was out in Jersey and Philly. I was back and forth doing some work stuff, and had I known, I sure would have tried to connect back then. So next time I'll be back in July.
What part of Jersey were you at?
I was out in Pennsylvania. I was in Hazleton, and I was out in no, I'll take it back. Hazleton is in Pennsylvania. I was in Pennsylvania for Hazleton. We got a distribution center out there. Mm-hmm. And no, that's Philly. That's Pennsylvania. And Jersey, I was out close to. Let me get back to you on that, because we just opened up a new distribution center in the town. I know it's close to Atlantic City. That's all I remember.
That's 2 hours away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was out there in that area, and then, like I said, back and forth to Philly and Hazleton up in Pennsylvania. So I do a lot of East Coast travel for work. So I definitely would have to connect with you next time, my brother.
That's dope. Hey, let's make it happen. I'll take you to the radio station and we can all connect.
Definitely.
That's what it's all about.
Definitely, man. So you guys got a physical radio station location out there too?
Yeah, A Squad Rebel Radio is in Newark, New Jersey. They've made history. They're like the first Black-owned business to survive in a predominantly Latino Hispanic neighborhood, part of Newark actually. And they were in the main strip, and they were like a successful business. And as they grown, great shows, great guests, a staple in the community. And there's others, like shout out to Tanya Champagne, GS Radio North. Like there's so many people out here, especially like, if you know Jersey, S County is the hub of hip hop in New Jersey. Not saying it's not hip hop anywhere else, because shout out to Big Lou and Camden and Jersey City, Hudson County, all of them. Yeah, they all fly and great. But something about Essex County, it's the hub of New Jersey hip hop. And when you get to know the people in that area, like Zay, Big Zay, Tanya Champagne, grumpy old man who I call the mayor of New Jersey hip hop, you really get to meet the people who make Jersey hip hop pop, especially in Essex County,
Definitely, man. Well, we're gonna definitely tap in, my brother. Like I said, I'll bring the camera and the mics, and let's chop it up, and maybe you can give your brother the dime tour. How about that?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm with it, man. Anybody want to shout out before we get out of here, my dude?
I want to shout out everybody who watches Heritage Hip Hop, period. Definitely. I want to shout out you for making this thing great. Shout out to the Most High, because the Most High gives the inspiration, the life energy for all of us to be great. Shout out to Stan Ipkiss, best producer in Jersey, who keeps me on my toes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MJ Hip Hop Connects. You are amazing. Shout out to the Heat DJs. Shout out to the Fleet DJs, two of my families. Go subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube. Subscribe to A Squad Rebel Radio on YouTube. I have a sister network, The Goodfellas. Subscribe to Recap with The Goodfellas on YouTube. Out here trying to function. True and Living LLC. We Are Jers. Henny Sundays podcast. Shout out to Break a Leg Entertainment. I mean, everybody who works with me. Shout out to the artists, you know, the Heritage Hip Hop Awards coming. Look at who our greats are. Oh, if you go to heritagehiphop.com right now, we have the New Jersey playlist number 7. I'll pull out a playlist every couple months of people. And we have the Jersey playlist as well. Right now, I have the Power of 2 playlist, which is a highlight of the best of Raekwon and Ghostface.
Okay.
We're going to be getting rid of that soon. I have to say get rid of it, but we're going to highlight the Outsiders. And I know you're seeing As Is going at Eminem, and you got people coming back. So we're going to be highlighting the Outsiders very soon. So salute to everybody who's been on Heritage Hip Hop, who will be on Heritage Hip Hop. Shout out, salute to my family, because, you know, it's you know this. It's a sacrifice when you got kids or a woman or something, and you're doing something like this. It's a sacrifice. So salute to our families. May the Most High bless you and your family abundantly, and may you have many days. I had coronavirus twice, so I have a value of life that's different than most people, especially right now. So salute to everybody out there that's alive, make it happen, and salute to everybody out there, unfortunately, who has passed away. May the Most High accept your spirit, and for all of y'all who don't make it, I don't know what to say.
Thank you. Hey, what can a brother do to get a media pass to that award ceremony?
Subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on
YouTube.
You can be front and center.
Consider it done. Consider it done, my dude.
And I'll invite you on this. You can make a drop. You can put your promote your thing. Because at the end of the day, I want to send artists to other shows. That's what I want to do. So if I could put you in our network, and we send you artists and things like that, then that's the plan. That's what I want to do.
That sounds like that's a plan, bro. That's what we're gonna have to do, man. I'm gonna subscribe to everything, and like I said, when I'll edit up this video to put all your information on so people can get that, man. So we definitely gonna be on the lookout for you, man. All right.
That's what it is.
All right. He is the man. Heritage Hip Hop in the building. We got Karev in the building, man. And we're gonna definitely do this again, man. This is first time, but definitely not the last time. And as I like to tell people, you are now officially alumni of the Mixtape Show, my dude. Welcome to the family.
Salute.
All right, man. We'll be right back.